is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an updated day in the life of 75 Hard. I'm going to give you guys an update of every single task that we have to do for this challenge and compare them to the first time that we did this challenge. Every single progress photo that I've had to take so far has been right here in my room. It's a good spot. There is a little bit of an overlight. It's the most flat area, I think, in my house where I can get some decent lighting for photos. And I'm going to toss up the picture that we took on the first day, and I'm going to toss up the picture that we took on the second day. Now, between those two photos, I've actually gained, I believe, like 4 to 5 pounds, which is good because we're actually bulking throughout this entire 75 Hard challenge. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it was extremely difficult to remember to take pictures as soon as I woke up in the morning. There were so many times where I would forget and go downstairs and eat first before I would take a picture. But over some time, I was just like, okay, I got to be disciplined enough to remember to take a photo as soon as I wake up. I would say, honestly, this has probably been, if not the hardest part of the challenge, surprisingly. Now, the next task that we have is we have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book every single day. Now, when I first made the first day in the life of 75 Hard, I was reading Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. So if you're religious, maybe you're dealing with like anxiety or depression, I strongly suggest you check that book out. Even if you're not, Christian or religious of any, sort, I would still strongly suggest, checking that book out because it might change your perspective on certain things. And especially if you're dealing with anxiety or depression, it might just give you a better way to, I would say, attack it and take it on full force. Next book I never shared with you guys was this book called Shaken by Tim Tebow. Now, this book actually got me to read more than 10 pages a day, which was actually a little dangerous because I would spend way too much time reading and I would fall behind on like my schedule sometimes from how much I was reading. So congrats to Tim Tebow on making a really good book, and also congrats to David Goggins on making a really good book, because this is the next book that I'm actually reading for 75 Hard, and I would say it goes along with this challenge really well. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on this book for this video, so comment down below your guys' favorite book and I'll randomly select someone to win this book right here. The winners will be announced probably a week after this video releases, just because it gives everybody enough time that watches me consistently to have a chance to comment below and win this book. But if you've already, read this book and you happen to win, I can send you over a different book of your choice. This is my favorite task to do during the day, believe it or not. Like, of course I love, fitness is like the basis of this channel and whatnot, but reading is just so, I don't know. It's just very entertaining to me all of a sudden. I don't know why. Okay, so another task of 75 Hard is that you have to have 2 workouts. I do one indoors and then I do another outdoors. The second one has to be mandatory outdoors. That being said, this workout honestly poses no challenge to me whatsoever. This is something that I've been doing for years on years now, so this is probably, if not the easiest part of the challenge, but it can also be the most difficult in terms of, like, I would say my own personal goals within the gym. Lately, I've been trying to build strength, and while my squat and deadlift are growing, my bench is going down. And I swear it's like always the opposite. Whenever my bench is going up, my squat is going down. I don't know why that is. I think it's just like obviously a mental barrier that's in my mind that's telling me that that's happening. The problem with this I'm finding is that time can be very difficult. I spend, I would say, way too much time at the gym, and I really need to be spending. And it's also because, if you're trying to record a video and you're recording all by yourself, it's gonna take a lot more time than you would probably anticipate it to take. So trying to show up early on the days that I film, which I did today. I showed up a little earlier than I normally would have.
That's all you. That's all you. That's all you.
The whole 75 hard sort of thing, and it's not because of 75 hard, it's because, like I said in my previous video, my biggest struggle lately has been getting up. I haven't been able to like finish my exercise at the given time, which has kind of been sucky, but at least with the 75 hard, I have a sense of urgency to get out of here at a certain time, because prior to this, and even when I was in Houston, like I would spend hours upon hours at the gym. I remember at Alphalete, I was at the gym for like 3 to 4 hours sometimes. I don't know how the guys there spend that long at the gym. Like I don't know, like I got other things to get done. I got videos to edit, other things to film, so much more than to just work out. With me, I just have more of a sense of urgency too, I would say, from doing the 75 hard to get out and do certain things at a given time. It's actually been really helpful, but at the same time, it's been kind of crucial to my workouts, because I'll stop when it's like 9:30. I'm like, nope, that's it. But today I'm gonna go a little over, finish triceps. I haven't been able to get a solid tricep exercise in weeks now, it feels like. Now, 2 of the next following tasks of the 75 hard challenge is that you have to, you know, stick to a meal plan and also drink a gallon of water a day. Also, check out the new haircut. Man, I just got it done right before this. So drinking a gallon of water every single day is not that difficult anymore. At first, it kind of was. I was already kind of trying to do it while I was bulking before doing the 75 hard, just to keep water retention off, and I would say I wasn't super consistent with it like I am now. Like I'll finish this thing and then just pour more into it. Well, it is only 2 liters, so I have to pour like another liter to get a gallon out of this. I'd say another thing that's been somewhat tricky, but not too tricky, is just getting food in. I would say I get all my calories in throughout the day. I would just say meal prepping, and finding a time to meal prep has been somewhat difficult, but other than that, I'm pretty used to meal prepping throughout the day. I'm pretty used to, you know, having meals throughout the day that I've prepped, or like prepping food throughout the day, so it doesn't really pose a challenge for me. The only thing that I would say that makes it harder, I think, though, too, is the fact that I'm bulking while doing this, just because you have to make that much more food. But other than that, it's honestly not that hard. The thing that I will say, though, about sticking to a diet and doing 75 hard, be sure that, you know, if you're doing it while you're cutting or you're doing it while you're bulking, like you track all your calories and do all the mathematics that you need to do for this, because if you're cutting and you're eating your normal calories, you know, while you're cutting, and then, you know, you're doing that outside workout, you're gonna be burning that much more calories, so it might make you even hungrier, which might make your diet even harder, because then you might be tempted to eat things that aren't a part of your diet. So just make sure that you're calculating everything that 75 hard like involves, so that you don't make the challenge, I would say, miserable on yourself. So I would say when I was eating less calories in my bulk and then I started the 75 hard, I became that much more hungry. I just began craving food way more throughout the day, because the outside workout was burning so much more calories than I thought. Yeah, in my personal opinion, just make sure you have everything calculated so that you're ready to take on this challenge. Oh, jeez. Poses a threat to this 45-minute workout outside is work and the time I get up and whatnot. At the end of the day, I am to blame, because sure, I could wake up at 4 and go for a 45-minute walk if I wanted to. That would honestly suck. My own boundaries that I work around. So I would say that 75 hard has been tough because I have certain boundaries that I have set in place, which makes it hard to fit in that 45-minute workout. The 45-minute workout is not hard when I have a day off at all, though. Now the weather, this does not pose a threat. It's not a threat to me. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if there's hail coming down. I don't care if it's 20 degrees outside. I could care less if it was negative. Some of you guys may be asking yourself, okay, well, if it's hard to manage to get that outside workout in, how do you do it every day then? Well, sometimes, not gonna lie, it's hard to get 45 full minutes out here. So what I do is I'll come out here, I'll give it my all with the time frame that I have. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's 20 to 25 minutes. But one of the things, like I mentioned, first start of this challenge, is I'm not gonna be a perfectionist over this, because believe it or not, a perfectionist, in other words, it's fear derived out of not meeting certain requirements. And I think sometimes I overcommit. And I know what you're thinking, oh, overcommitting isn't real. Well, the thing is sometimes I let things take over my life that may not be or shouldn't be a priority at certain times. Definitely the most difficult task for me during 75 hard. video, I stated that cold showers were a part of the 75 hard challenge, which they are actually not. If you look at the 75 hard challenge on Andy Frisella's website, it does not say anything about cold showers. However, someone commented down below that that was like the second phase after 75 hard. I'll do a little more research. I'll pop it up on the screen if it's actually a thing. So that just flew over my head. But I also wanted to mention that even though I did mention it in the previous video, cold showers have been helping me a tremendous amount. I would say a lot with like my back knee. Stress levels too, possibly. I don't know how to necessarily like calculate that. I just know I've been less stressed than I was. I've been taking cold showers for quite some time. As you guys see on this channel, I've done it before in the past and kind of experimented with it. If you haven't yet, try it out. Definitely a way to get out of your comfort zone and rewire your brain into doing things that you normally wouldn't feel comfortable doing. It is another day in the life video on 75 hard. It's just an updated day in the life and just more so my opinions on the tasks that you have to do during the day for the challenge. Just kind of how my opinions on the tasks that you have to do throughout the day have changed and whatnot, and just like my experience with them and which ones have been the hardest ones for me. Looking back over the video, I think I may have messed up saying that the beginning part with taking the pictures was the hardest part, because it's definitely not the hardest part, because the easiest one to fit in because it's the first task that I do during the day. I'd say that the hardest one for me was actually, you know, the outside workouts, just because I mentioned during that portion that, you know, when I have to go to work, it's really hard to get that workout in. Yes, there are things that I could do to fit in that workout. I could wake up even earlier. I could, you know, move lunch to a different time. I could do a whole bunch of different things. And so I would say at this point during 75 hard, it's taught me that there's so many different ways for you to manage your time. Sometimes we're living a life and a schedule that's really not suited for who we are. And we just kind of have to figure out how to balance that schedule and what schedule fits who we are the best. And I would say that's mostly what I've gotten from this challenge so far, is just time management, just kind of, you know, what fits like your lifestyle, who you are. Also, one huge takeaway that I want to mention before I let you guys go is I don't know how someone couldn't make this like a daily regimen for themselves. I know for sure I'm definitely most gonna make this regimen for myself. Just because, like, how could you not? It's literally, it's not too hard. It's not hard at all, actually, once you know you get used to it. Like going outside every single day for 45 minutes. We all got the time to do that. You know, you can go on a walk. It doesn't have to be some extreme, you know, X Games freaking workout. We can all get to the gym, you know, maybe not on like a Sunday. Maybe you can have like that one day off, but at least you can get outside. For me, you know I'm in the gym 7 days a week. I like to have like recovery days at the gym where, you know, I'm stretching, you know, going in the sauna, doing abs, whatever it might be. Drinking water. Everyone should be drinking water throughout the day. Having some sort of diet, having some sort of construction to like your day. Like literally, I don't know how someone wouldn't be able to, you know, literally live 75 hard out for the rest of their life. It's not that difficult. It might be difficult for some at first that might be in like that pit of like, you know, not knowing who they are, or they're just struggling with like depression and anxiety, which I was. Until I did this challenge, it made me realize a lot about life and reality in general. So that's one of the biggest takeaways I've gotten from this video, but that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to press that like button. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know we'll be back. And as always, guys, with everything that you do, die trying doing it. Oh, and as always, the sky's the limit. Until next time.